Hello students. So today we are going to see energy conservation. So let us start with energy efficiency. Energy efficiency means doing more with less. That is squeezing as much useful power out of as little energy as possible and not letting any go to waste. That means utilizing the available energy or available power as much possible to us, and don't let that energy to go to waste. So that is called as energy efficiency. Now take an old style light bulb. For example, these bulbs produce light but wasted a lot of heat in that process. For example, take example of our filament bulb. So they used to produce light, of course, but they were producing lot of heat. So that heat is waste because it is utilizing that much wattage, that much energy, but there the heat is wasted. So that was the old style bulbs, and now these bulbs are replaced by CFL, and now CFLs are replaced by LEDs. Okay, so new energy saving light bulbs create the same amount of light without creating wasted heat, and they use less energy in the first place, right? So just I have explained you the example CFL bulbs, and then now latest is LED bulbs. The same principle applies to all kinds of energy saving applications. An energy efficient fridge will use less energy than the old model but still keep your food cool, while an energy efficient washing machine will get your clothes smelling fresh and clean without using without using as much power as the old versions. So the thing is, like our household appliances like fridge or washing machines. So now these appliances are using now latest technology, so we are having new models, energy efficient model, 3-star rating, 4-star rating, 5-star rating, right? So so these models are energy efficient as compared with the previous models. So that's why an example is given for fridge and washing machine, because these new models are energy efficient than the older versions or older models. Advantages of energy conservation. Energy conservation can result in increased financial capital, increased environmental quality, national security, personal security, and human comfort. So these all things are possible by using energy conservation. Energy efficiency saves money, obviously. It is environmental friendly. Then energy conservations improve indoor air quality and longer lifespan to the appliances are achieved by using energy conservation. So these are the various advantages of energy conservation. Now let us see concept of energy audit, energy auditing. Now energy auditing is a systematic approach to monitor industrial energy consumption and to find out the sources of energy waste. So now you are aware that for an industry there are multiple energy consumption machines are installed or they are used. So there is a lot of energy conversion for a industry, and there is a lot of energy wastage from that machines. So energy auditing means we have to find out the actual energy consumption and the energy wastage that we have to find out through energy auditing. The first and the most important role of energy auditing is to identify the areas of energy consumption and to find out the overuse of accessing the opportunity of saving energy. So after conducting the energy audit, we have to find out what are the various ways to save the energy or to utilize the energy. Analysis of energy use is done for identifying the areas of energy consumption. So all these things are possible by using energy auditing. So now let us see energy conservation in different appliances. So let us see energy conservation in electrical motors. The electrical motors that we use in our house to lift the water, or the electrical motors which are used in agriculture areas. So what are the various energy conservation opportunities? So let us see one by one. First one is motor management plan. So that means a motor management plan is an essential part of the plant's energy management strategy. Having a motor management plan in place can help companies realizing long-term motor system energy saving and will ensure that motor failures are handled in a quick and cost effective manner. So motor management plan means the schedule checking of electrical motors or schedule maintenance of motors. Second one is maintenance. The purpose of motor maintenance are to prolong motor life and to foresee a motor failure. So purpose of motor maintenance is no motor should be failed and to increase the motor life, and there should not be any motor failure or motor breakdown. Motor maintenance measures can therefore be categorized as either preventive or predictive. That means preventive maintenance means the motor will not fail So before failure, we are going to identify the cause of failure and we are going to replace that particular component. Third one is by using energy efficient motors. So energy efficient motors reduce energy losses through improved design, better materials, tighter tolerances, and improved manufacturing techniques. With proper installation, energy efficient motors can also stay cooler, may help reduce facility heating loads and have higher service factors, longer bearing life, longer insulation life, and less vibration. So by using energy efficient motors we can achieve all these things. Fourth is rewinding of motor. So in case of motors, what happens, we are using motors for years, and after vast usage of motors, the motor start taking more current. So obviously more current means it require more energy, more power. So the consumption will be more. So for that reason we can rewind the motor. So the winding of the motor can be again done. So that is also possible. Next is proper motor sizing. It is a persistent myth that oversized motors, especially motors operating below 50% of rated load, are not efficient, and it should be immediately replaced with appropriately sized energy efficient units. In actuality, several pieces of information are required to complete an accurate assessment of energy saving. Then next thing that can be done to achieve energy conservation in electrical motor is minimizing voltage unbalances. If at all there is voltage fluctuation, then there is a fluctuation in current, right? So if there is a fluctuation current, that means the motor will be taking more power, more energy. So a voltage unbalance degrades the performance and shortens the life of three-phase motor. So we have to minimize voltage unbalances. Now let us see energy conservation in refrigeration systems. So the very first is use water cooled condensers rather than air cooled condensers. Condensers are used to extract heat. So by using water cooled condenser we can achieve more energy efficiency. Challenge the need for refrigeration, particularly for old batch processes. Avoid oversizing. Match the connected load. Oversizing means if we require 5 ton of refrigeration and for that we are using 8 tons of refrigeration, that means we are oversizing. So we are not matching the actual load here. Consider gas power refrigeration equipment to minimize electrical demand charges. So that is also one way. Then use free cooling to allow chiller shutdown in a cold weather. So that is also a way to save energy. Use refrigerated water loads in series if possible. Convert fire water or other tanks to thermal storage. Next is, don't assume that the old way is still the best, particularly for energy intensive low temperature systems. So nowadays old systems are replaced by new energy efficient systems which are having less maintenance and which consumes less energy. Then inspect moisture liquid indicators. Consider change of refrigerant type if it will improve efficiency. So we can replace the refrigerant type if it increases the efficiency of refrigeration. Then check for correct refrigerant charge level. Then inspect the purge for air and water leaks. Then establish a refrigeration efficiency maintenance program. Start with an energy audit and follow up. So these are the ways for achieving energy efficiency for refrigeration systems. Next one is HVAC systems, that means heating, ventilation and air conditioning systems, which is same as refrigeration systems. So here we can achieve energy conservation by using four ways. First is insulate the cooled space. So by insulation there would not be any heat loss or heat transfer. So that's why we can achieve or we can utilize more energy. Minimize the use of appliances and lighting. So use of appliances and lighting takes more power, so we have to minimize that. Ensure that controls are in place and HVAC operation reflects demand. And last is variable speed drives on HVAC fans and pumps. So variable speed drives can be used for HVAC so that the desired speed can be achieved by using or by utilizing variable speed drives. So this was about energy conservation in refrigerations we have seen, and this is HVAC. Now next one is energy conservation in compressor. So this part we will see in our next presentation. Thank you.